The fresh wave of strikes have been reported across Ukraine and Russia as both sides step up their military operations. Ukraine says it has targeted Russian military and energy facilities, while Moscow has continued its attacks on Ukrainian cities and port facilities. Meanwhile, protests have entered a second day in Kyiv, with demonstrations demanding the reinstatement of Defense Minister Mykhailo Fedorov. In Ukraine's Odessa, 2 people were killed and 8 wounded after a missile hit a residential building. Officials said homes, a religious site, and other civilian facilities were damaged. In Kyiv, 2 people were killed aboard a foreign-flagged vessel, while other ships were damaged. Russia has denied targeting civilians, saying it struck military facilities. Ukrainian officials also reported casualties in Kherson, while Russian authorities blamed Ukrainian strikes for deaths in Belgorod and Gorlivka. Ukraine says it has launched attacks on Russian military and energy facilities, including the Slavneft-Yanos oil refinery in Yaroslavl. Kyiv also claimed Ukrainian drones struck 12 Russian vessels in the Black Sea and the Sea of Azov. Ukraine's Unmanned Systems Forces Commander Robert Brovdy shared footage on Telegram that he said showed the strikes on Russian vessels. Ukraine says the operations are aimed at disrupting Russian supply lines and military logistics. The SB also claimed it damaged a Russian Tu-95 strategic bomber at the Entels air base, a claim Moscow has not confirmed. In Kyiv, thousands protested for a second day after President Zelensky removed Defense Minister Mykhailo Fedorov. Demonstrators demanded his return and called for changes in Ukraine's military leadership.
I think changing the minister every 6 months is not what will help us. We need to build a system, and changing the minister every 6 months, especially one as effective as Fedorov, is not what we need.
Firstly, people disagree with the decision, which is obvious, I think. They are demanding, at the very least, former Defense Minister Mykhailo Fedorov's return, and at the very most, Ukraine's Commander-in-Chief Oleksandr Syrsky's resignation. In my view, this is a decision that is long overdue and needs to be taken, because everyone can see the problems and everyone can feel them.
The mayor of Moscow said more than 370 drones were detected flying towards the Moscow region overnight, with their defense systems destroying 64 drones on approach to the capital. Governor of Tambov said a Ukrainian drone attack on a logistics center in western Russia killed 7 people and injured 24 others. Meanwhile, Russian Defense Ministry has said that its forces carried out multiple strikes on Ukrainian targets over the past week using long-range weapons and attack drones. The ministry said the strikes targeted Ukrainian port infrastructure, defense facilities, ammunition depots, logistics centers, and drone production sites.